And now, Deep Thoughts by Brady Miller.
The way to use the app is very easy, but I suggest people definitely start just getting in there, practicing, importing all your waypoints too. We hammer on this all the time. Exporting from another source and importing to GOHUNT Maps is super easy. We have a lot of content about that. Check it out, and then jump into here, and let's go through the walkthrough really quick. So you have all your waypoints in here. I've already imported them. General map usage. Once you open up the app, on the left side here is going to be library. Under library, this is going to be all your layers are located. So all the states are going to be down here. So if you want to download a state, you click the little cloud button on the right. It's going to download the state. For example, we'll click into California, and then you'll see here I can download at the top, and this is where then I would turn on all these different layers. So if I want government lands, tap on it. Tap on government lands on the left or the right. I can adjust the transparency for the layers up here. It's basically how you would do that for any single layer you want to turn on. When you want to download all your layers for offline use, you'd actually download them for the entire state at once. So the easiest way to do that is go into library, like I said, and you click the download button, and then you'll have that entire state downloaded. Never have to worry about it again. The download right there will download every single road, trail, topo, wildfires, roads, trails, public, private, all those layers one time. Never will you ever not have layers again. That's the biggest pain point I've had for the mapping services, not having layers when I went hunting. Even though I thought I downloaded them, life catches up with you, and you realize you don't have some layers. Now you have it all at once, never worry about it again. So, we'll get back out of that, underneath the library as well. So you see here, I can actually drag the drawer all the way up to see all the states. Again, we turn them on like that. But if I was in that state, and let's say I hunt 3 or 4 states a year, and I want easy access to be able to jump back to those states, I don't have to scroll down this big giant list to find Wyoming at the bottom. I can actually just click into a state, and then right here is a little favorites button. You can favorite that state, and that way that state will then show up right here in your little favorites drawer, so you have easy access to all those states that you keep wanting to go to all the time. Makes that really nice. Also, you can manage your offline maps here. You can rename things, delete them. You actually can download an offline map here, and that when you download the offline map, what you're basically getting is all that satellite and the topographic features of that map. So satellite and topo, you download. So you think of the download process as 2 steps, layers, and then satellite and topo. And when you're going to download that, you just click the plus here. Now all you're going to do is zoom in or zoom out to download as big as area as you want. So at the top here right now, it says it's 88 megabytes of the map. I can keep zooming out. And now I'm downloading this giant area. I have 2 big mountain ranges in here. So now I know I'm gonna have a giant map for my offline, and I can actually just keep going and make it as big or as small as I want. So no longer do you have to have all those stupid orange squares everywhere, 5 mile little block here, 10 mile block there that you've downloaded. Might be a little gap in there that you don't have resolution for. This solves for that because you can download its entire unit if you want to, the entire mountain range. You can still download different ones next to each other, but now you get the ability to almost download a whole quarter of a state if you need to. So that is really, really cool. And all these maps too, when you download them, are high res. Why would you want a low res map when you're going offline? That is absolutely bonkers that other people give you a low res option. We're hunters. We want the best tools possible. GOHUNT's going to give you the best tools because we have the best maps. So why would I want low res? Going on a rant there, but low res sucks. Let's be honest. All right, so now we have the area I want to download for an offline map. I've zoomed in or out. I just want this whole giant mountain range. You click this little download thing on the right. It's going to say download 400 megabytes, and you can download it. Download's going to be super quick. It's obviously going to be better if you're on Wi-Fi, but you can also do this on LTE, driving around, that sort of thing. So that's how you download a map. We'll jump out of here. So the next little thing when you bump over on the little toolbar on the bottom is hunts. So you tap on hunts. This is basically going to be all your hunt folders. Everyone's heard of me talking all the time about trying to stay organized. So you can create a hunt folder for every single hunt you go on. Any scouting trip you have a hunt folder for. So what I like to do is I create a hunt folder for every single hunt I'm going on. So if I'm going up to Montana hunting deer with my family, I'll call it 2022 Montana deer. And that way it's really neat too. So right now you can see I have Park City. So I'll use that as an example. Park City 2022 we're here at TAC. So I actually have a full waypoint already entered in there. And so I wanted all my waypoints when I was up on the mountain of just cool things I was seeing. or different areas I've been seeing around here, maybe deer or whatnot, I actually pinned that folder as an active folder. So what that's going to do now, every single waypoint on, let's say this was a scouting trip, a hunting trip, every waypoint I've entered the whole weekend is going to automatically go into that folder. That is huge. When you get back home and you throw your stuff on your computer, start an e-scout again, now they're all organized in that folder. So you can turn them off or turn them on in that folder. It just makes your organization a lot cleaner. As you guys know, more organized than you are, the better you are at hunting. So stay organized. That's a really great way to do it. And all your folders are there. You can turn them on, turn them off on the waypoint or on the app on the right side. And I'm not going to click on it because I want you guys to see all my waypoint names, but on the right is content, and that's actually where every single one of your waypoints live. And you can jump in there, rename things, restyle your waypoints if you need to, that sort of thing. Turn them off and turn them on, but they're all live there. And I'm not going to show you guys my waypoints, sorry. We have search. Search is very self-explanatory, just how to search for things and features, towns, names, that sort of thing. So search is kind of nice when you're online. You can't use search offline, unfortunately. Profile is a really special area that I think a lot of people need to get used to using. So profile is where you can adjust a lot of your settings on GOHUNT Maps. So you have my account, it's really self-explanatory. Map settings, this is the biggest area right here on your profile. Because up at the top, you're gonna have, do you want to actually move that toolbar you saw on GOHUNT Maps? Do you want that on the right side or do you want that on the left side? Maybe, I'm gonna jump back to the screen. Maybe you always use your thumb in this lower right corner and actually want to take that toolbar and move it over there. You can do that in the profile settings here. So if I just click over here, go left hand, boom, now you can see I have the toolbar on the left side. So now maybe my thumb's over here and I'm not gonna keep bumping these. So that's a great way if you're like kind of frustrated at where things are at. GOHUNT allows you to customize things too. Where else can you get customizable features on an app to be able to do it how you want to? Nowhere. That's why we built GOHUNT Maps, because we were frustrated about what was out there. So again, we're in the profile. Up at the top, I can change coordinate system. I love UTMs, but other people can change whatever coordinate system they want to. Appearance, you can do dark, light mode. That way you can customize even the look of your GOHUNT Maps, which also no other hunting company does, but GOHUNT. We want to give you guys the tools you need to be successful and have the map how it looks for your eyes. Do you like it dark or do you like it light mode? Preference, but you get customizable features. Other people don't. So you also change the distance units from yards or meters. And then these are some of the more special areas I think definitely people should look at. It's like show map coordinates. This is one that I always turn off because I don't want people I meet at a gas station hanging out over here to see exactly where I'm looking at. Or maybe I'm sending someone a screenshot of whatever I might have took on my phone. I don't want the coordinates showing up, and especially on the videos, I like to turn the coordinates off. So if you're a guy like me who's very secretive, turn your coordinates off so it's not going to show up on the bottom. Show map crosshairs. This is a really important one because if you turn this off, you're actually not going to be able to, probably going to be able to see it that well on the video here, but like the crosshairs are right in the middle of the screen, and that allows you to just like pinpoint exactly where you want to drop something, and that'll drop a waypoint right there. So if I actually turn that feature off, you're not going to have that crosshair in the middle, which is kind of a bummer. But if you're someone who wants a clean map and you want to add a waypoint the other way where you tap and hold, you can just turn that off. So jump back over to your profile. Show map outlines. So this is a really unique one too. So when you download your high-res map at whatever size you want to, you can actually have the background of, or the border of your map show if you want to. I like to turn it off, just makes a cleaner experience, but you can turn it on. That way you can see if you have that one downloaded or how many different satellite maps you have downloaded at one time. So make sure you have satellite maps for you in the field. Another thing I think is really important is open map to last viewpoint. So let's say I'm on my phone checking out an area that's away from where my exact location is. Maybe I'm at camp at night and I am e-scouting on my phone for tomorrow's hunt, like 2 miles away. And all of a sudden I close my app, open it back up. If you don't have that box checked, it's going to actually take you right back to your camp instead of where you were last viewing. But if you turn this on, opening to last viewpoint, now it's going to open back up that 2 miles away. So maybe I just wanted to close the app really quickly and did something, open it up again. I want to start scouting for the morning. It's going to open that map up away from you, and that way you can jump right to that same spot you're at. It's kind of a quick way to just, scout or research a lot quicker on your phone. Glassing mode, that's going to be on 3D. Just allows you to do the glassing mode where you drop down, you kind of like pan your phone around to look at everything. It's a really cool feature, so I always like to turn that on. And then display waypoint labels. So if you're a person that has a ton of waypoints like I do, sometimes I will turn that off because I don't want the waypoint label to show right next to waypoint because it just gets really cluttered. But I like it on when I can because that's going to give me a quick reference of what that waypoint actually is, because if you enter in a waypoint icon, for example, like camp. Underneath it, it's going to have the little camp name. And it just makes my eyes and just makes me see what I have on there, like a glassing waypoint. I don't seem to be able to tell that it's glassing because it's a glassing underneath it. You can see the waypoint icon, but just makes things, like I said, just quicker to reference when you're looking at your map. Now we're going to walk through the little toolbar here. Now my toolbar's on the left, so I just moved it over. But on the toolbar, if you tap the little plus, that's going to open up a little sweet drawer. In this drawer, you're going to have all these different action items you can do. You can add a waypoint, use a rangefinder tool, add a photo, measure distance, record a track, and download a new map. So that's a great way to just jump into some of these things a lot quicker. There's other different ways you can do these, but it's just nice having them all right there. So like adding a waypoint, like I said, wherever that little crosshair is, you can click add a waypoint, boom. Now you have your waypoint name, you have the location of the waypoint, and the type. One little trick I want to show you guys too, if you don't want to rename your waypoint right now, or do not do it yet, if you scroll over and actually select what style icon you want, like ATV for example, automatically rename the waypoint at the beginning to ATV. So that way I don't actually type that out. That's wasting time hunting. Again, where does other apps do that besides for GOHUNT Maps? We give you guys options to quickly customize things, quickly add, hey, this is my glassing spot. I'm now bouncing down this ridge to go kill this deer. I want to know where that glassing spot is for next morning, so I want to quickly click the glassing icon, and then it's going to change that waypoint name to glassing. That way later on I'm like, where's that waypoint at? I can't see it. Well, now I know I can see it because I've already chose the correct waypoint icon, and it's going to rename it instantly for me. Great little feature. All right, we have also above that, we have rangefinder tool. I'm not going to walk into that right now. We have another video just fully dedicated to the rangefinder tool. Highly suggest you guys check it out because the rangefinder tool is absolutely badass for marking animals and relocating animals when you kill them. So definitely check out that video. Add a photo, that's just going to add that photo waypoint. But that's another way you can quickly get to certain things you want to do and just drop a photo waypoint really easily. Measure distance, again, that's very self-explanatory. Tap it, measure 2 points. All right, so up top here too, we have record track. So you can turn that on if you want to record a track. You know, maybe you're tracking an animal or something like that. You just want to keep your breadcrumbs on so you can follow your track later on, or you're trying to navigate back to camp and some cliffs. I highly recommend turning on a track. And up on top again is just downloading a new map. So this is quickly how to use that toolbar on the left, and obviously you have 3D right here. We tap 3D. The phone's going to jump into 3D mode, and now we can just look at everything in 3D, which is totally awesome. So that's why you just jump into 3D, or you can use little tools down here. And these are all just action items with your fingers, little gestures to rotate the map up and down to see everything in 3D. Then as you jump back over, just click on 2D, and it'll jump you back over. And down below here too, so I can change from satellite to hybrid to topo. I like using topo a lot. So I heavily use topo and satellites all the time. I'm trying to run around the mountains, trying to figure out where areas are cliffs, how to navigate ridge lines, because sometimes in my eyes it's hard to see satellite maps like ridges and valleys, but I can really see them easier on topo maps. So let's say I'm on this map and I have this map all turned all whatever way I have my map turned. If I want to quickly jump it back to north, which is kind of a nice thing to do, you'll see we have the compass up on top. A lot of people don't know you can actually just tap on the compass. Boom, rotates everything back up, so you can do that. Another really unique feature while we're on the topic of unique things. Pretty hidden too, but if I want to drop a waypoint, just like right here, I just tap and hold. And this little drawer will pop up in the bottom, add waypoint or hide active layers. So the hide active layers one is actually really unique too. Let's say I have government lands on, I have some migration layers on. I don't know, I have a giant layer list, maybe wildfires as well. I'm like, dang, that map looks so cluttered right now, I can't see behind it. I can just tap hide active layers. That'll instantly turn off all the layers so I can see what's behind there in satellite imagery. And when I turn it back on, reactivate those layers, they'll turn back on really quick. So it's a little cool way to do things a lot quicker. All right, so hopefully you all like that quick run through on GOHUNT Maps. I tried to go through some of the basics. Obviously I was trying to do things really quickly. We're about to get hit with a rainstorm here, so we're gonna check off. But if you guys have any questions at all, I'm happy to answer them. Drop them down in the comments on YouTube, and we'll keep more of these coming. Best of luck this fall.